Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I have actually taken the week off and I am trying to catch up on a whole bunch of stuff. One of them being all these different projects I started, and this journal is one of them. So this is a finished, if you recall, I was making two. So this is the finished journal. What we're going to do is go ahead and work on the unfinished, and yeah, and we're just going to work on it and finish some things. I'm going to use this one as a reference because I'm making it fairly similar. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I have some things set aside here for some stuff that we're going to do. I think I have some scraps. I actually ran myself out of white, so I got some ordered, but we're gonna go ahead and make a tag. This tag, or this, well, we're gonna do the pocket, and then this tag is that we're gonna make is a modification from a tag card that I learned from the website the YouTube channel Really Robin Stamps. I thought it would make a great tag for inside of this journal. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to grab some ink here. I've also rearranged my craft room, so this is Pacific Point, and I'm just gonna rub some of it around the edge here. Anyway, I've rearranged my craft room and I've got a few more things to move, but it's so much cleaner and easier for me to get to stuff. But I haven't finished moving everything. I still have my inks and stuff kind of in a corner behind something I really have to work on getting. I have an antique table in here, and I have to really reach over it to get it. So I still need to move those things, but it's all right. Okay, so there's the Pacific Point, and then we're just going to mount some of this beautiful Sunprints paper on here. I have some relaxing music playing in the background because when I'm crafting sometimes I just get quiet. So we're just gonna put that on there, and then this is just gonna be a little tuck right here in this corner on this page. So I'm gonna put glue right here on these two edges, and then glue that in. Okay, you guys have that in frame there. Okay, so there's our pocket. So the next thing we're going to do now is make this tag. It's like a card front type tag. The first thing I'm going to do is get some coffee dyed paper. Like I said, I ran myself out of white. Let me see what I did with my coffee dyed here. On the other one I didn't. I used some white, but I'm just going to go ahead and use some of this to give us some writing space here on the back. And I think I'm going to use some of this thinner stuff here. So I need to cut it. Maybe it'll fit better this way. Almost. This will be good though. So I'm going to grab my pencil here. Kind of measure how much space I want. Probably cut it right about there, and I'll just shave a little bit off after that. And you can make coffee dyed paper pretty easily. Just get some coffee, dye your paper, and let it dry. You can dip it in and just set it aside to dry. Just going to take a little tiny bit off the bottom. See how that fits. A little bit more. should be good. Set that aside. And then we're just going to go ahead and glue this on. So on the back, there'll be some writing space. But I actually get my coffee dyed paper. I still have a bunch of it from my journal days when I was making journals all the time. And I get it from, oh my goodness, I forgot the shop's name. Right now I had it and it left me. Vintage Polka Dot Shop, that's what it's called. She makes beautiful coffee dyed paper and it smells wonderful too. And the Vintage Polka Dot Shop is on Etsy. Okay, I'm just gonna press this down and make sure this is down really, really good. Okay, so there's the back. Now we're going to do the front, and for the front I'm going to need a tag. We're going to make one similar to this. This is 7 inches by 2 1/4 or 2 1/8. So I do have some of my shimmery white, so we'll use that. I have a little bit of that left. So we're going to do 7 inches. Well, let's see how long this is. 8 1/2. So we need to take off an 8 1/2, inch and a half. This is the straight edge, I believe. This looks kind of crooked, so 1 1/2 inches. And then this needs to be 2 1/8. You can make your tag any size you want to make it. This was crooked anyway, so that works really, really well. Okay, and then we're going to need some more scrap right there. Move this over here. We're going to need a piece of designer series paper that is 7 3/4 by 2 1/8. Let's see what we got in here. 7 3/4 by 2 1/8. Oh, here it is. Let's see, and this one I had that one with the words, but I think we're gonna do maybe this one right here. That would be really pretty. We'll use that. So cut this. This is 12, 8, 4 1/4 inches off, I think is what I need. And then cut this by 2 1/8. So there's that piece, and then we need another piece that is 4 1/4 by 1 inch. So to go across this, I'm sure we have an inch piece. It's not an inch. There, that's pretty close to an inch, but I don't want that. I could do this blue across there. Oh, and we've got this one too, which has the stripes. That's what we could do. Just do this one and we'll have the stripes across. So 4 1/4. And then the last piece we need is a die cut circle. You can put anything really you want there. I don't think I have any die cut circles, so we're gonna have to die cut them. So I did a stitch circle. I think I did it from this Stylish Shapes. See if that's the right size. That is. So we need this size here. That's the cool thing about a journal, is that you don't have to have, like, you can use whatever paper you have left. Okay, so we're gonna, that's barely big enough. Let's see if we have something bigger in our scraps. That's gonna have to do. Okay, I'm gonna get my little mini Stampin' Cut emboss machine. I use the heck out of this machine. In fact, towards the end of the month, I'm gonna go ahead. I've got a Big Shot, but at the end of the month, I struggle with it some for certain things. So at the end of the month, I'm gonna get the big Stampin' Cut emboss machine. I'm really looking forward to that. I just use a little bit of washi tape to tape it down, just to make sure, especially when it's tight like this, just to make sure it's where I want it to be. And I apologize if the camera shakes. I'm hoping to figure out something else for that, for this camera, so we don't have to deal with shakiness. Go ahead and cut this out. You can tell by my plate. I think I'll be ordering some new plates too. I really use the heck out of this machine. Okay. Save that little piece. All right, we're gonna move this out of our way and start assembling. We've got some stamping to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get piece of paper to stamp on. Okay, so I'm going to stamp on it before we cut it into a tag shape. I'll show you how to cut it into a tag shape again, so we don't have to worry about you having a special cutter. Grab my stamp set really quick. Nature's Prints and some Night of Navy. Like I said, I've been finishing a bunch of projects, so I have ink and stamps everywhere. I'm just about done on completing all of them. I get really excited about ideas, and then I start them, and then I can't get back to them because I work all the time, which this big time off has been really nice. Night of Navy, where did it go? Let's see if we have it in here. Do not have a Night of Navy in here. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, well, we don't have to do it Night of Navy. We can do it in a different color. So we will do, I've already got a big piece of gray and some blue there. I do not know what I did with my Night of Navy. interesting. Okay, so do we want to do Pacific Point? Yeah, why not? Let's do some Pacific Point. Oh, there it is. Okay, good, because I really wanted to do Night of Navy. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside. So we're gonna stamp on here, and my phone will only record for a certain length of time. So once I have, let me see, where are we at? We're okay. Got a few minutes, so let's get to stamping on this. I think I'm gonna start with the big one. And I'm just gonna go here. And I'm gonna turn this around and kind of go there. And I think that's all I'm gonna do on the big one. I'm getting the Simply Chamois too from them. This chamois I've had for a long time. It's really thin and it dries very quickly. But it has worked. Okay, we've got that stamped. Now we're gonna go for this image here. And we're just gonna kind of go maybe right there. And then I'm gonna come in here. And I think I'm gonna go in from the top a little bit here. There we go. Clean that off. And then we're going to use this flower . And I'm going to come in right there with the flower. Okay, that looks good to me. So we're gonna clean this off. So one thing with these stamps, the backs, when you attach the backs, are very, very sticky, and some of the first ones I made a mistake and just lifted up. You need to make sure you get under that, otherwise it starts ripping away. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to go ahead and turn this into a tag shape, and all you're going to do is get the angle you want for your tag, cut it, take this piece here, the longest edge, you flip it around, and the longest edge goes to the side and the shorter edge goes along the top. Cut that and you have a tag. And I am going to go ahead and edge it as I did the pocket. This gives it a little bit more character. Okay, now I'm going to take this punch. I have a small hole right here. Go ahead and punch a hole. Okay, there's our tag. I am going to want to get some twine and put that in there. And then we're going to go ahead, let's go ahead and assemble these pieces on here. So this is going to be the decoration for this card. Card front. It's not really a card, it's just a tag. Giant tag. I'm trying to get this done before my camera stops. Okay, that looks good. And then we're going to go ahead and put this across like that. And we're going to leave like about a half an inch from this pattern paper between that and the strip across. All right, so what I'm having to do is once I get close to the time that my phone will let me record, I have to get it off and then get it on the computer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some twine for this, and I used Old Navy or Night of Navy. I always want to say Old Navy, and just some neutral twine for the tag topper. Okay, that should be enough. All right, so we're gonna feed it through the front. Oops. We're going to try to feed both of them through the front. This journal, I also had some stuff. When I was making journals for several years, I had some digitals and stuff that I've already printed. So I'm utilizing some of those. And then some new ones I had found, some freebies. One of them was from Happiness and Crafting. She has some great freebies every now and then. Just something different, just to break it up. Okay, so here's that. And then we're going to take, I have them already die cut. We're going to take our little die cut pieces here. See, I have gray on the other tag, so let's see, we need a couple of these, another little gray one, do not, so you know what, we'll use a couple of these Orchid Oasis ones. That'll be pretty. I love the shimmery white. I like glitter, so it's very glittery in the light. Okay, so we've got those in there. Now this word amazing, I'm going to show you how I got that. That is from that stamp set. So Special Moments has this saying that says, just a card to say you're amazing. And sometimes it's kind of fun just to have some prompts in here to help when writing. So what I did, first I'm going to get this mounted on a block. And then I took some washi tape and I just covered the word I didn't want to use. Word or words. Cover that up so no ink gets on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in Pacific Point. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit different coloring. So then just get that in there and stamp your word. And remember to take this washi tape off before you stamp it. And then I just stamped it in the middle. So you can do that with any stamp set if you, or any stamps. If you have just a specific word you want to use, just get some washi tape and cover up that. You can also cut them apart, and some people cut these apart. I don't want to, because I actually do use this whole phrase as well. But for this purpose, that works really, really well. Okay, so now we've got that. So now we're going to go ahead and get these pieces glued on. And on the other one, I had them facing different directions, but I don't know if I have them for different directions. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually attach this, only half of it on this paper. So I'm going to pick about the middle point. And put that down. That sit there a minute. Now the cool thing about this piece is the card design from Really Robin Stamps had it so this was attached, but this, I've turned this into a tuck spot so this tag can be in here. As a tag you can pull out. So it's like a tag within a tag. Okay, so we've got that piece finished. Go ahead and put this sample in here and put this in our journal. So you can write on the back of this. You can pull this out and write on it as well. And then tuck that in. It's kind of like a secret journaling spot. Go, put that in there. And there you go. So there's that. Now let's see what's the next thing we were gonna do here. I had laid some stuff out weeks ago when I was wanting to finish these journals. So I have some things just laying out in here. Okay, so we're gonna work in our center here. I don't actually know why I have these in here. So in our center, what I'm going to do is we're going to run 2 thinner strips just to use, you know, some of the scraps we have. So oh, I think I need to cut some more pieces. Yeah, I do. Okay, so is that long enough? Nope. I kind of want them the length of the page. So we might have to cut some of these here. No, I kind of like this side, so let's do that. I'm going to see if I can, so this should be, this is about 8.5, so just a little bit shy of 8.5. So I'm going to do this on both sides. So I need to cut a little bit more than 3.5 inches off. We'll go 3 5/8. I'm going to save that piece. And then this is about about an inch. Go ahead and cut 2 1-inch pieces. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these on here, but we're gonna make them like pockets. Just little places you can slide stuff into. So we're gonna leave this top part. We're not gonna glue that. We're just gonna glue down the side, the back, and this side here. I'm going to leave the edging showing on that a little bit so you can kind of tell that this is something. You'll be able to tell in a minute. We're going to stick some stuff in there. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing with this. The side. Down one long side. And the short side. Go ahead and put that on here. You probably can't tell, but this side of the paper has kind of a cloud sort of look. It's really, really cool. Okay, so we've got some pockets in there. Now what I did, let me see what I got here. Okay. This is, in this spot here, I used some digitals. Pull those. And I have this one we could use. It's a little bit short. So let's see. I need it to be 4 inches wide by about 7.5, give or take. So we need to cut this down. By 4 inches. We're just going to cut, because it's close, we're just going to cut a little bit off, maybe like 1/2 inch. This is going to just be a tuck in there. Okay, so there's the tuck. We're going to decorate that really quick, and I am going to use, for the decoration for this tuck, pull that out. Use one of these really pretty wreaths. That come in the Sunprint suite that you can die cut. This is one of the issues I have with the my Big Shot. I can cut big open die. When it comes to delicate dies like this that are really intricate, I have a hard time. It doesn't want to cut. It takes several passes. So I'm going to get my piece of paper again, and we're going to color this with some Orchid Oasis. Let me get that. I think I'm just going to brush this. Orchid Oasis is one of our new ink colors. Make sure there's no ink on that. Nope. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of lightly. I need to get some more of these brushes. And I'm just trying to add some color. I don't care if it totally turns the color of the Orchid Oasis. Let's see what that looks like. We need a little bit more over here. Okay, that's good. I have some of the purple and it's still kind of sort of white, so that I'm good with that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and glue that down to this here. Let's see, how do I want it? Now for this journal, a lot of the things that I'm making for it is just really simple things. It doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes we can spend, and I have spent, a lot of time doing making specific things for a journal. And it depends. Some of my journals I've made have been specialty journals. I've made several for my mom to give as gifts, and they've been pretty involved. And then some of the other ones are just real simple. Just trying to get this so that way it doesn't snag when you're trying to slide it in and out. Get most of this down. Okay, so we're gonna put that there. Just gonna set that there so it can dry flat. Now, the last decoration I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna use one of my digitals. And these digitals are from Shabby Dabby Doodah, which is also a YouTube channel, and she is on Etsy. I want one of her butterflies. Fussy cut it out. That blue one might be kind of nice, so we'll use that one. Now, I did copy this on regular paper without thinking about it, but it'll still work. Now, I'm not fussy cutting those little skinny antennas because I'm just chopping them off. So I'm working on some changes. I'm really excited about some stuff I'm going to do with the Stampin' Up! And the cards, and I need to rename my YouTube channel too, and I just don't know. I've already renamed it once, and I did it really quick when I signed up to sell Stampin' Up!, but there wasn't much thought into it, so I'm trying to put some thought into what the name should be, because I felt like more junk journals just didn't fit, and I don't think it's appropriate for me to say Tamara Moore Stampin' Up. that'll be coming out soon. Hopefully get these journals done really soon. I kind of want them done because I have a bazaar this weekend and want to be able to show what else you can make, but also offer them for sale if anyone's interested. Okay, so there is the butterfly. Now I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm going to just go ahead and put some of this blue around it, just so it stands out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. Oh, I love that. Right there. And there's an insert for one side. All right, that's beautiful right there. Okay, and then for this other side, all I did was take one of the digital papers that we have, and this just allows someone to, I think I'm going to use this one here. This just allows someone to either use it as a journaling space or tear it up and use it to decorate in their journal and put something else in that tuck spot. So I'm just going to fold this in half. And I am probably going to have to cut this down a little bit, get it to fit. Oops. Center. Yes, so let's see what side. I can cut a little bit off the top. See how that fits. Pretty good, and I need to take some off the edge. Okay, there we go. We have journaling on all sides on that page. So there's some extra journaling. Now, let's see what else we have here that I have in here ready for us to finish up. Bunch of this stuff in here. That is on this piece right here. I think actually I need to do this front. Okay, so we're going to take this right here. First, this is from, this digital is from Happiness and Crafting on YouTube. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this into a little pocket. And glue this on top of this pocket. Then we're going to take this one and glue this on this first page. Okay, part of the freebie on this, it came with this little piece, and it's just on copy paper. Then I'm going to go ahead, I wonder if this would fit this way. It will. I like the look of that better that way. And then we've got a little tag here. This is some scrapbook paper I've had in my junk journal supplies for a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and take this and put that in there. And I have a couple other things I want to put in that little pocket. So I have these sheets of tags. I think I'll do these ones here. And tickets. And what I've been doing is just covering the numbers, and these are from Pink Monarch Prints. I have several sheets of different types of these. So I thought, well, I might as well use them. I printed them. So we're just going to fussy cut these out. And the same with this. I'm going to have to stop the video in a minute. What I'm trying to do is I'm basically kind of doing a marathon tonight to see if I can get these all completed tonight along with the videos so that this project can be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these. These are from Shabby Dabby Doo Dah. I'm going to cut a couple of them and just cover the numbers. All right, so I'm going to stop the video, and then I'll be back with another one to continue working on the journal. Thank you for joining me.